questions. One thing that I really wanted to ask you is, do you love your job?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So maybe also one suggestion to all the young people, always ask the question, am I okay doing this job for the next 2 years, 5 years? What do I want to be in 5 years, in 10 years? I still ask that question to myself until today. So if you don't have passion, if you don't really enjoy what you did, then the answer probably, be honest to yourself. If the answer is no, you need to think hard that what do you want to do. For me, yes, I enjoyed my job. Like I say in the beginning, I'm still on my journey. So I'm more spending my time not at the customer side, but more at the 3M technology side. But that's part of the journey. Again, my passion is to bring those two together. So yes, I'm doing several different jobs in 3M. So those kind of circle around my passion. Not exactly the things that, oh, every day I talk to my customer, then I talk to the scientist, then I'm thinking that whether there is connection or not. No, that's not every day happen. But the piece I'm doing as a application engineer or product manager or manage the Cobol team or manage the R&D team, all surrounded around this passion. That's my objective, my goal. So yes, I enjoyed the job I did.
do you have any other strategies or advice or suggestions or anything for young people? Because we are recording this, so some might listen to it later.
Yeah, I do. For passion, it is difficult. For some people, it is very naturally that they know what inspires them. They know what they want to do, maybe since they were young. But for some people, or maybe I would say for most of the people, it is difficult. It is difficult. People just don't know what they want to do. And so don't worry, you're gonna find it. But my recommendation is try to explore things broadly. But that's not enough. When you explore things, you need to invest certain time and energy to really learn what does that mean. And once you learn, you spend deep enough, then you can say, okay, I really into it, or no, not really my thing. Many people just only explore things. Oh, okay, I do that 1 week, I do that 2 weeks. You're not really learning the deep enough for you to say, okay, I'm done with it, or I want to do more. So not just explore widely, but also spend enough of the time to really go into it. Then you can determine whether you really like it or not. So that's about passion. And maybe another one is, whenever you're seeking a job or a position, that's not about you. So many people say, okay, I want to do that job, or I want to do what, but think of that, what value you can really bring into that role. So the key point is, it's not about you, it's about that job and what value you can bring into that job. And that's how you should think, whether those job is suitable for you, whether that job is what you really want. So think what value you can bring in, what difference that you can make for that job. And that's very important point of view. So don't trap yourself to, oh, I want to do that, or I don't want to do that, or always start with I. So that probably not the right perspective.
That's really good advice. So I want to repeat that so everybody can get it. So think about what do you bring to the table? What value are you going to offer this role and this organization? Really good. Yes. Anita?
Yes, I was actually going to ask what is the one thing you would advise not to do, but you've almost kind of explained it. But if there's anything that you'd like to add to it,
Not to do.
yes.
Oh, one thing I thought that's very important too. Like I had one from your general question list. What is a day for me looks like, right? Can I plan for it, or I need to deal with the things that just come? So in many cases, we're gonna, be we need to do firefighting work. A lot of the things happening, right? So we need to deal with a lot of urgent things, unexpected things, or the things that my boss asked me just this morning, and he needs a reply by end of the day. So that then you will be very, very busy doing all those things, right? Then for a while you kind of lost. So every day for you is just go to work, and tons of work. Some are planned, you plan it, some are not, and probably most of that are not. So then day by day, and finish one day, you feel exhausted, and okay, that's another day, then repeat over and over again. That could happen for in many cases, but remember, you always need to reserve some time for yourself. How do you do that? That depends, but talk to your manager. You really need to spend some time for you to do the things which have much bigger impact, but not urgent.
Wow.
So you can categorize two things. One is firefighting work, urgent, and it is needed. I'm not saying that's not important. It is needed, important, very urgent, but the impact itself may be just not as wide and big. But there are things that really strategic, important, and big impact. And usually that work is not urgent. Make sure you spend time to deal with those things, because that's how you grow yourself, and that's really how you bring the differences.
Yes.
Make the impact. If you get lost in the firefighting work every day, then you forget about it. Then that's not in a good situation. So always spend time.
Question that someone, Manish, put in the chat, kind of, it has to do with what you're just talking about, so it's good. He said, do you think you should help your country? Great question. I mean, I think we all
Great
think,
question.
here I am, an American in India, and here you are, Taiwanese in China, and then in America, and Anita, Indian in Abu Dhabi. Great question, Manish. Let's hear what Jimmy has to say.
I would say yes. Answer is yes. The reason is that's nature. You cannot stop yourself thinking of that. That's nature. But when I need to really make a decision, then I start with what is my role? Is my role as a Taiwan lab manager? And I was in that role. In that role, I was thinking that how could I make Taiwan stronger? And not only for the business, but also I have my brother, sister laboratory in other countries. How could I make my team perform stronger than they are? But when my role is global manager, global director, so I need to make the most appropriate decision, not about the country bias. And be honest, that meaning I probably will have chance, and I did have, not chance, I have to do the decision, maybe more preference to other country